In this demo, we're going to talk about how to automate the ongoing security and compliance of your heterogeneous environment using a mix of Red Hat's manager products and OpenSCAP. So I'm going to log into CloudForms as the admin, and when I log in, I'll be presented with all of my VMs in my environment. So I'm going to look at this particular VM, which is my RHEL 6 virtual machine, and I'm going to press the button to run an OpenSCAP scan on it with this custom button that will launch my custom integration. So when I push that button, I get presented with a list of security profiles that I can choose from. It tells me if I've ever scanned the machine with that profile, and if I have not. I'm going to launch this custom profile called Core Base OS, and it's just going to check one thing. It's going to check to see if a particular package is installed. In this particular case, it's the 8 package. You can see that when I did the scan, that this particular VM, it does not have this package installed. So I'm going to refresh the VM, and when I refresh the VM, I can see the tag information in the bottom. You can see this machine is now tagged as SCAP non-compliant for that Core Base OS custom profile that I created, which again just checks to see if the 8 package is installed. It is also going to create a ticket number for ServiceNow, which is my ticketing system. And so there you can see the ticket number for inside for ServiceNow. And when I go to ServiceNow, here you can see the actual ticket has been automatically created for me. And the ticket description includes the VM name and the name of the SCAP policy that it failed, and also the owner of that VM. Also, all of the information that CloudForms knows about that VM, such as IP address, host name, etc., are passed from CloudForms to ServiceNow as part of the ticket. Then the owner of the VM is also emailed upon the scan failure with information about the name of the profile, the owner of the VM, and also informing the user that they need to update their machine. Then you can, if I actually look into the RHEL 6 VM, you can see that the R8 packages is confirmed and not installed. So I'm going to actually push the remediate button that's going to install the 8 package for me at the push of a button. So I'm going to go and press the remediate button and then pick the same SCAP profile. In this case, it's the Core Base OS profile. You can see that it's now said failed because last scan it failed. So when I now look at RPM QA and 8, you can see that now the package has been installed for me. So when I rerun the scan, I want to confirm that the OpenSCAP scan, the tag is going to be updated. And so that just to confirm that the scan passes. So I press the scan button. You can see here now that the satellite is saying, okay, yes, you did this check now passes. The package 8 is in fact installed. And then when I go back to CloudForms and I'm going to refresh to see that the tag has now been updated to SCAP compliant for the Core Base OS profile. So now I'm going to go into Satellite 6, and I'm going to do, I want to do the scan using OpenSCAP and Satellite 6. So I'm going to attach this RHEL 7 standard security policy to this RHEL 7 common security policy to this RHEL 7 box. And then I'm going to, once that policy is attached, then I'm going to launch the OpenSCAP scan, this time using the Satellite 6's OpenSCAP tool inside. So once I launch the scan, this time around, the custom integration is with Ansible Tower, and the Ansible Tower job template for the Satellite as OpenSCAP scan is going to get launched. And then you can see that this has been launched against my RHEL 7 virtual machine. And now it's being run on that RHEL 7 virtual machine that I have. Now you can see that that Ansible Tower job has been successfully completed, which means that the SCAP scan RHEL 7 common for that RHEL 7 common profile is complete. So when I go to host reports in Satellite, here I can see that all the results of that scan. So you can see here are all the 20 to 29 failures and 9 passes that I have for that RHEL 7 common security compliance policy that I just scanned on at the push of a button. So now what I'm going to do is I want to fix those failed security checks. So then what that's going to do is launch a different Ansible Tower job template for the Satellite 6 SCAP remediate. It's going to remediate using it's going to run SCAP remediate, and now you can see that everything, you have 36 passes and 2 failures. And when I look in depth about what failed, you can see that that it's issues with the separate partitions, and that we're going to fix manually. And everything else you can see has passed. So now I can look at a report since everything's been tagged, which one is SCAP compliant and on the core base OS profile. And I can see other information about the VM, such as IP address or date created, and any other information CloudForms collects about the VM. And then I can see here, show me all the SCAP non-compliant, for example, for the PCI DSS profile, and also show me other information such as IP address and the date it was created.